Ever wondered what a bid in stocks is? Or perhaps you've come across the term ask and wondered what it means in the world of stock trading. Without a doubt, these terms may seem a bit confusing at first, but don't worry, today we'll unravel the mystery of these words. Bid, ask, and spread. Imagine you're at an auction. There's an item up for grabs that you really want. You'd raise your hand and shout out how much you're willing to pay for that item. In the stock market, this is essentially what a bid is. It's the maximum amount that a buyer is willing to pay for a share of stock. Think of it as your shout out at the auction. Now, let's switch roles. You're no longer the eager buyer at the auction, but the seller. You've got this valuable item, and you want to make sure you get a good price for it. So, you set a minimum price you're willing to accept. In the stock market, this is what we call the ask. It's the minimum price that a seller is willing to accept for their stock. Now you might be wondering, why don't the bid and ask just match up? Why is there a difference? Well, that's where the spread comes in. The spread is simply the difference between the bid price and the ask price. It's a bit like a negotiation where one party starts high and the other starts low, and they meet somewhere in the middle. The spread is that in-between space where the magic happens and the deal is struck. So, to summarize, the bid is the maximum price a buyer is willing to pay for a stock. It's like your shout out at an auction. The ask, on the other hand, is the minimum price a seller is willing to accept for their stock. It's like setting your reserve price at the auction. And the spread? It's the gap between the bid and the ask, the negotiation space where the deal is sealed. Understanding these terms can provide a clearer picture of what's happening in the stock market. It helps you see the negotiation happening behind every stock transaction. It's like understanding the language of the market. And remember, every word, every term, every concept brings you one step closer to becoming a savvy investor. So keep learning, keep exploring, and you'll find that the world of stocks isn't as complicated as it might seem.